Hey everyone, this is David, also known as Staples from the 60-inch ASA USA Softball, Illinois. We are going live with the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, and we want all of you to join us. A huge thank you to our amazing sponsors, Beacon Tap, Surfside, Cut Shot, Signature, Transportation. Don't miss this. Going to be an incredible show. Let's go.
And welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show. What an incredible introductory by our boy Staples. So, Donnie, you know what? First, I want to say thank you to the sponsors, obviously, Surfside, Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, and, of course, our boy Cut Shot from Iowa. So, but, Donnie, how was your holiday weekend, my man?
Yeah, it was great. The rain kind of sucked this weekend. It canceled some fireworks shows, but we are going to make up for all the missed fireworks with tonight's show of the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie shows. We have plenty to discuss. We have a guest coming on who's been pretty active on social media about some opinions regarding Forest Park. Other than that, the week has been fine. Played out at Kennedy Park on Thursday with the Lace Boys. Not a ton of softball. Other than that, there's been rain. Been rain in the forecast, and the Forest Park lights keep going out.
Yes, I know we were there Wednesday night, and the lights went out on us. So, and then Thursday, I know you played out in Kennedy Park, and I think that was the last time we chatted. But I know the Kennedy Park, I guess you want to say community, is all pumped up and excited for the Papa Hops this coming Friday. We are going to do a show probably Thursday night to give our predictions, and we're going to have some of the 10 deep boys on from the A National Champs last weekend. So I'm looking forward to Thursday night, but tonight I think is about, just all the chatter that we've seen on social media. We want to address some things with some of the people that watch our show, and then just some of the, as we all know, some of the chatter that's going around town and amongst the players. And I think it's only important that we discuss what players are saying to us, what we're seeing on social media, because that's what our platform's about. We talk about our game. And, we're going to go from there. But go right ahead, Donnie. I know you got something on your mind. So
I know I'm fired up to say this. It's a great time to be on Facebook right now because you can go on any post and you're going to have great time reading. It's very good entertainment right now to be friends with certain people on Facebook that follow the 16-inch softball game, right? So we've seen the reactions from Forest Park draw. We've seen the play-in game reactions. We've seen the teams that get buys. We've seen reactions, and then the teams that got in without play-ins. It's been a busy week on Facebook. So we're going to comment on that.
We're going to have a whole section tonight on Forest Park, right? We have a guest coming on that was one of the active individuals in the social media platform in the world, I guess you want to say, about Forest Park. I know that you and we invited JD from Forest Park. We do every year, but we unable to connect with him.
He didn't answer.
He did not answer us, but that's okay. Maybe he was busy. It was a holiday weekend. So hopefully we'll hear from JD here this week, and maybe we'll have a special edition in the next couple weeks about the Forest Park tournament. Maybe when the draw comes out, we'll talk to JD. Maybe that'll be a
the bracket.
The bracket. So but
before
we get to that, Donnie, I want to address. We had Richie Battistoni on. I want to say, what was that, about a week?
Like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
2-3 weeks ago, he came on about the whole roster situation. That was his biggest thing, right? About the rosters and about kind of the illegal player that was playing for the 38s. And then you and I, Donnie, after that show, and I think you could I know you're looking down there, and I know you're kind of waiting for what I'm going to say, but you're thinking about the text message that I sent out to the entire SSA board. Okay.
A few of them.
Well, there was, not all of them. I think there was 13 of them on the group message.
A few text messages.
A few text messages. Yes. A majority of those individuals, I want to say 11 of them, maybe, Donnie, on the text, besides you and Richie.
Yeah.
Were on the group checks. We did have Francisco respond with his opinion, and we did have Sal respond. So we appreciate those two. But what the text read was, we want them to come on the show, inviting them to come on the show to really, let's, talk to them about what softball, what their plans are. And I think my whole intention was, and so was yours, was to kind of clear the air a little bit in regards to what was going on with the roster stuff. And it was only right to get their opinion, I felt, from the situation. Right? So when I asked, I know Sal was pretty...
It was open.
He was open to it.
Yeah.
But nobody else from the SSA responded. Not Tyler, not Gio, not Patty, not Maddie Dozen. I know Maddie doesn't have a whole lot, but he's still on the board. I think Mike Barola was in that text. Mike Trump was in that text. I know Mike texted me on the side. But Donnie, I wanted to pull that up because I don't recall, the individuals. Either way, the point across is I think there's 11 of them, and not one of them. Then I waited a week after the whole Francisco and Richie and Sal comments, and then I waited a week and asked them to come on again, and I didn't get a single response about improving our game and about bringing them on. And then I go to hear chatter from several people. Some close to me, some at the A level, some in different forms and different matters that are not necessarily, they're acquaintances of mine. They don't hang out with me all the time. It's okay. They're, I guess we call ourselves all friends in the community of softball, but these ain't people or individuals that I hang out with all the time. And I hear the fact that that they're hearing, who the fuck is James Moretti? Who the hell is Moretti? Who does he think he is? On Sunday at the A National Tournament, because I'm inviting them to come on our show to talk about their opinion. So my thing, and if they're all about softball, that like they claim they are, right? They always want to do what's best for softball and best for the players. Tell me one thing, Donnie, that the SSA has done for the players other than continuing to bash my name, which they'll deny because, when I go to them, they'll deny it. But then they tell people at the park, they tell people all over the place, and it comes back to me. So my thing is I don't understand, Donnie. My question to you is, why do you think people would lie to me and tell me that they're saying X, Y, and Z? And then when I go to them, they deny it. Huh?
Great question. That's a tough one. I don't think many will. I don't think many people will have an explanation for that.
And I thought we were past this. As you and I have talked and discussed this, we were trying to move in the right direction with these individuals, and they continue to not only belittle me, but also continue to say the shit that is getting back to me. Now, I refuse to even bother to speak to them anymore, just because of the fact that all it's going to do, Donnie, is create an argument. And what I wanted to share, though, and the reason why I'm sharing this is because we talk about softball. We talk about 16-inch softball. We talk about the major level. We talk about the A level. We talk about all brands of softball. If you ever notice just on the SSA page, they don't talk about Forest Park. They don't talk about, all they talk about is their brand and what they do. In my opinion, that's not right. If they're the number one brand when it comes to our game, they should be promoting our game to the fullest, not just the Geo show or whatever the hell it's called. His all the shit that he does. And we've said it how many times. Geo does a good job of going from park to park, giving footage, giving games, giving play-by-play. That's not what this is about, right? We all know that. We've said that a million times on this show. What I don't understand is why we continue to want to play this us versus them mentality when you and I have been, since Iowa, have tried to do things to go in the right direction. And then they want to get mad at us that we bring this to the players and put it on our platform. Well, dude, go ahead.
Let me say this. I felt last year during the Home Run Derby, it was very cordial, and that we worked together with them to make sure that we delivered a great product, right? There was a ton of people watching. Some of the most viral clips in softball last year came from that Home Run Derby that we posted that had the SSA product in it, right? So for then, this year, Jim, this is going to fire you up. And I don't want to make our guest wait too long because he's in the green room. We'll get to him in just a little bit.
Well, you know what? We can bring Donnie, as you go, bring him in. He can listen to this and jump in with us before we get to the Forest Park talk.
You got it.
Because I'm still going to go on a little bit, and I don't want him to wait in the green room.
Here's the thing that I didn't like. I'm going to bring in our guy. It's my guy, Mr. Joey Kutnick.
Oh,
what's up, Joey?
Joey K.
How you doing?
So, Joey, appreciate it. We're bringing you in. We're still on the SSA talk about kind of the blittering that's been going on over the past week or so. But go ahead, Donnie.
Yeah. So a lot of it now, a post was made about some changes to major nationals, and it kind of made me mad for you, Jim. I was mad for you because I know that it directly impacts you quite a bit, right? So they moved major nationals to McCaslin Park, which is in Carroll Stream. And the previous location in Joliet was 5 minutes from your establishment, your bar that you run. And I know a bunch of guys went there last year and had fun going to your place. And now the Home Run Derby has been replaced. Something that you sponsored last year and you put a lot of hard work into. And it's really unfortunate, to be honest, that it's come to that. They replaced the home run contest with a formal SSA Chicago Summer Series ceremony. So instead of a home run derby, we're getting an award ceremony. Okay. I mean that can't be good for the viewer, for the product.
Well, so I'll get there, Donnie. All right. But what I wanted to get to is the fact that I don't understand why, and they say we mean nothing to them, right? Well, Donnie, I hate to break it to you. You're a player. I'm a player. We both play for two major teams. Yeah. Joey, you're a player. The 15 people I spoke to at Forest Park, they're also players. Mm-hmm. Okay. They claim when I bring things to their attention in the past, not recently, but in the past, that I don't know what I'm talking about and that I don't speak to the players. Okay, sure. So now what you're doing is last year we had, and I think I'm being biased a little bit, but the Home Run Derby contest last year at Nationals, to me, was one of the more exciting things of the weekend. Watching the Armando guys destroy balls over the fence. Yes. To your point, we gave them God knows how many views. It was one of the highest watched things on the SSA page. Okay. But we continued to not. We agreed we weren't going to film it. We weren't going to put it on our page. We did not. We hold our end of the bargain. But then they go and continue to stick it to us left and right. Yeah. About what we want as players. Now, Donnie, you're not the first person that I spoke to. I spoke to Nate about this, but Spencer, one of your teammates, he heard the news about the Home Run Derby. He didn't say whether he was upset or not, but it seemed in the tone that he was a little upset that they removed the Home Run Derby. Okay.
Yeah, he was a part of it. Joey, I don't know if you were there watching last year at Major Nationals. I want to loop you in on this conversation too, but it's sad, right? Like Spence was a part of it. He wants to be a part of it again this year, but now it's gone. Joey, I'll give you a chance. I don't know if you caught what we were talking about earlier. I don't want you to just sit there and listen, but do you have anything to comment on as we get into that stuff?
As far as like they don't know, they say we don't know what we're talking about. Well, they're literally nothing without us. I told Jimmy, I think he called me about he let me know that we hadn't paid yet for your guys' tournament. And I told him, I wish you guys did it during the midsummer. I thought that was their weakest tournament. That was like the one to go after. I've never played in it, but every time I see it on video, I'll tune in for like a championship game, and there's just nobody there. It's a once do. I think I went one time when I was my first year of Future. I played with Players Inc. for a game on a Saturday because they were down a guy, and they got to play, and they made a big stink of it, and almost like we're questioning letting me play at a no glove. So that could have been their weakest point. And if we all came together and said, yeah, we're going to play in your guys' tournament, and imagine a major tournament with no signature, no flash, no 45s, no hex, they would be like, okay, hey, maybe we should listen to these guys.
You make a good point. And the thing is that I know that maybe I'm the one being singled out and Donnie's singled out a little bit because we have the
platform. Are for sure, by the way.
Huh?
You are.
Based on what I'm hearing, right? And they're not going to tell me to my face. They won't. I know that. I've asked them. They won't. But the more and more we move forward with actions in the game, and I don't care, I understand that Patty and all these guys, I get all that, okay? The thing that gets me is that just Gio continues to do things, and to me, at a childish rate, and they continue to stick up for him, okay? Because damn right, if one of us were to do anything of what we've been seeing over the last 3 or 4 years, we'd be the biggest asshole, known to man, right? But they continue to let him do those things because he does do a lot for the SSA. We're not saying that's a negative thing, but there's certain things that he does, and I know Tyler and a lot of these guys, Sal, I speak to some of them, and they don't ever make a comment, but they don't disagree with me. Okay, that's what I'm getting at some point, and so why, as a game of 16 in softball, as we continue to die, and it's continuing to die week over week over. People are getting more frustrated of the same old bullshit, the same old shit. No, this year it was the roster thing. Isn't that the point of the SSA, for them to manage that? To Richie's point 2 weeks ago,
mediate.
I don't understand. What is the concept? What is the reason? What are they doing now other than running tournaments and pissing people off? Because every time my phone rings, if it's a softball person, it's usually about bitching about the SSA, doing something about whatever it may be. Softball sucks. It's always something negative about the game. And I just hate the fact that, not that I'm in the middle of them, but it's the fact that we're technically, we've proven, we've shown action to do things better for the game of softball. Bringing Rismondo, I don't give a fuck what they tell you, bringing Rismondo to 16 in softball at major nationals, no offense, 3 years ago, was the best thing. It was the most excited I think I've seen softball in 15 years since I've started playing. If not, that
was the largest stream that the SSA ever had in terms of live viewers.
Okay, so that's number one.
Huge.
Number two, we showed action. We started our show, and Gio, and I don't give a fuck. I'm going to call him out now. When we were at Forest Park and he was fighting with Donnie and wouldn't let Donnie live stream, and we started our own platform, he would make fun of me because we only had 1,000 followers. Remember this, Donnie? And he was fighting with Kyle from Hex in left field because we only had 1,000 followers at the time, 2 years ago. Okay. Well, Donnie, last time I checked, I think we got 5,300, aren't we? Somewhere in our page. And that's just not me or Donnie. That's softball. We tell people all the time, Joey, you want to go and do something on our page? Go right ahead. It's about softball. And yes, we have sponsors. And yes, you got to be, be somewhat, civil. But at some point, it's why, right? Well, now that we have 5,300, he tells me, it's a whole different subject. Now all of a sudden it's they're the competitor. That's the other thing I've been hearing. Oh, they're our competitor. Donnie and I ain't trying to run an association, okay? But you better believe one thing. You better believe one thing. You're pushing me more and more to do it, okay?
Yeah.
Honestly, because when you sit back and look at the situation now, it doesn't make it. You keep wanting to fight with people. We're trying to help grow the game. Joey, you were in our tournament the first time. Yeah, we said going in, it ain't gonna be perfect. Okay. It sucked. We had a couple teams drop out, but I think everyone generally had a good time. I honestly didn't hear many negative things about the tournament at all. I mean, the line for elbow, by the way, was incredible.
It was so long. Everybody wanted the dunk elbow in the water.
Yeah.
Joey, you're a player. You played in the tournament. Like, we're kind of ranting here. We'll get to what we brought you on for in a sec, I promise. But for now, you were a player in the tournament. What was your feedback of it, other than the timing?
After the third game against you guys in Moneyline, Donnie, everybody on our team, we've never had a full team out that we.
Joey, why don't you hop off the feed and come back?
Hold on, you're breaking in and out, Joe. Give me a sec. Let me knock you off here.
Tell him to hop back out and come back in.
Yeah, let me bring him in.
Tell him this.
He's kind of.
Off.
We're kind of losing. We're kind of losing.
Yeah, it's my Wi-Fi.
All right.
Try it.
Go ahead, Joe.
I got to get an extender in my house.
Yeah, you got to get better Wi-Fi, my guy.
Yeah. From the feedback when we finished Friday night after our game, Donnie, everybody loved it. We had a good competitive team. We didn't have our best team that we can have out there, but everyone was like, we played in 3 competitive games, so that helped. Yep. And we were like, man, this was awesome. Friday night, 3 games, not one game where it's random draw. And we have drawn Westchester was 45s and North South was flash. You just kind of get screwed right away. And yeah, we got our ass kicked. We're playing 2 of the best teams in softball for the past, team for this is our first level year. And we've had to deal with guys, dropping out, but they loved it. We played 3 great games. Like, wow, this was so worth it. The only problem they had was we're all like Northsiders, Northwest side. We're all from like Mount Prospect, Arlington Heights, Rolling Meadows area. Yeah. And so driving out on Saturday for one game, I know what people are going to say, well, you got to win. But maybe we save one pool play game for the morning and then go right into the elimination.
Yeah.
It's just from what I heard from my team, like, yeah, it did for me too. It did suck driving an hour to play, not even an hour. Yeah. We got slaughtered by Hex. We had a terrible team on Saturday. I don't even know if we had 4 starters normally for that team, but we signed up because we wanted to do this tournament. We wanted to support you guys. We want to support changing the game, people listening to players. Something new. I love pool play. I love Frank and Iggy's tournament, the first responders one. I think that's a great one.
And it's on the north side.
I think it's 3 elimination. Yeah, it's Hiawatha. Beautiful. Little break. Yeah, I thought I've been thinking about why can't they try a World Cup style, pool play and then single elimination. It guarantees more game, and I think we paid the same amount. It was about 300 or 400.
Yeah, we paid 400.
Same for a 2-game guarantee tournament. Yeah, sounds better to me.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of guys in softball probably who were there know, but we had a lot of sponsors for that event. I was able to do a lot of things through the bar, which I was fortunate enough to know some of those individuals. I mean, having Surfside at the park, I think everyone loved them. They were handing out Surfsides and just a huge part. Huge thing to Paisan's Pizza. They were awesome. I think they sold out of pizza, Donnie, if I'm correct. So hopefully I haven't heard from them, but I'm assuming if it was terrible, I would have heard the next day. I haven't heard, much anything from them, so I'm guessing it was pretty good. But either way, like I thought people liked the pizza. They were serving beer, and then we also had the seltzers with the dunk tank.
Yeah, and those were all gone. They got rid of the whole thing.
Yeah, and so the DJ was cool, having music between innings and things like that. That was a little bit different vibe.
Steve Cashel.
Steve Cashel was out there. And we probably had, if I had a guess, probably about 70 people out there. There was a lot of people out there for the championship, at Saturday.
People's gas. It was good, dude. Paisan's makes good pizza.
Dude, it was good. So that's when I'm getting back to the SSA. It's like, and I want to just end on this. When we talk about improving the game and we talk about doing things that we've kind of, in my opinion, we're continuing to show how we're growing softball and what we want to do with the game, right? Actions speak louder than words to me, and all I hear from them is words. I don't see no actions, right? Oh, yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. the single elimination, they tried it one time though. They tried it on Father's Day weekend and they had 13 teams. I don't know. I think to your point, do we run against them next year and then you create that havoc? I don't know. I mean, I know they were all pissed off because that's, I made a comment about, oh, fuck it, joking around with some of the 45 games. Fuck it, we're gonna run it next year against Midsummer. Of course, that got back to them. They were motherfucking me and all the other bullshit. But the thing is that I just wish they were grown men and can come on the show. I'll even go on the SSA page. I don't give a shit. I'll go on their show. We don't need to come on my page or
Fireworks.
Donnie's page or my page, whatever, our page, the players' page, whatever you want to call our page. I don't care. And that's the biggest thing. It's like, we've been trying to put an end to their bullshit for 2 years, 3 years, but it just continues. And then they sit there and point the finger at us like it's us. It's like, dude, and the shit about the umpires that I hear, like, it never ends. You know what I mean? And then now I hear the shit about this home run derby. And it's like, dude, I had Crown Royal actually asking me about the home run derby this year. I had Surfside. So I had major sponsors that were coming to this event to be a part of the home run derby. I've talked to Rismondo. I've talked to Travis Clark. I've talked to a lot of these guys already. So I don't understand it, right? And of course, we don't get it's not even and I understand, Donnie, we're nobody to them. So that's what they tell us. We're nobody. So that's fine. We could be nobody all you want, but I'll tell you one thing. How many fucking times are you going to hand out awards for the 2024 and 2025 teams for the SSA? They just did it at Melrose. Did they not? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
And now we're going to have another ceremony instead of having a home run derby, which to me was the most entertaining thing of the whole weekend.
That was great.
Honestly, at some point, like, when the fuck does it end?
Agreed. I want to say this too. You mentioned that you have sponsors, Crown Royal, Surfside, big time sponsors that are going to provide money for an SSA tournament. Why would they not want that? I guess I don't get why.
Well, you would think after last year that they would have said something this offseason. They said nothing. They did give us compliments saying that the home run derby was run the way it should have been run.
It was great.
I know it went, my opinion, it went a little too long.
It was a little long. Who cares?
We had a lot of contestants, and in Yuma, they do the same. I compare it to the Yuma one because of what they do in Yuma. I feel it's nicely run. That one's pretty long too. So the thing is, it ran about an hour and 20 minutes, I think it was, or an hour and 30. But we also at the end, think about it, dude. At the end, you got to remember. The Rismondo guys were putting on a show for everybody because they were hitting
500-foot homers, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah. So I don't understand. And think about this: they're going to a park that they're familiar with too in Carroll Stream, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They just played 12-inch. They just had a Western Conference, whatever they call it.
They did
tournament there last weekend.
The Windy City Classic. That's a conference tournament. Yep.
Yes. So I was thinking, since they just had the conference tournament there, they just had a 12-inch tournament there. Why not get more 12-inch teams to play Major National Weekend?
Right.
So before all the bullshit came out about the home run derby, I sent a text message out to a lot of the 12-inch teams that I know. Right. We'll see what happens. But then I'm thinking, why
would you do it?
Well, but because it's about the bettering the game. Fuck it. Honestly, the hell with them. You know what I mean? And like, if I don't do it, I feel like we're not improving softball, where I know Rismondo and maybe I-57 and some of these other teams that might come out. It not only that, but it makes it interesting for us three and guys that play major softball to maybe want to show up Labor Day weekend. Right. I just know how I felt when Rismondo was coming out for the first time. And I still feel that way now when you play them, even though we've seen them now. Yeah. It's still great to play them and beat them, right? That's kind of part of – think about how psyched you were, Donnie, last year when you guys beat them Friday night.
Oh, Friday night. That was – I didn't sleep from Tuesday to Friday night just because I was nervous, excited, terrified of all of the emotions that I had going into that game. Like it was nothing like I've had at a game before in 16-inch softball. I mean, that's well.
So
we
I guess
should.
The end all be all of this whole SSA shit. It's either since they were motherfucking me about coming on our page and saying who the fuck am I. Well, I'm calling them out now. You want me to come on there and I'll settle it on your fucking show because I you know what? I'm done with it, right? At some point we have to move forward. And if they're not going to listen, well, the thing is, if they're not going to listen and they're not going to do the things that we say or whatever that the players want, when I say we, I mean the players, then we're just spinning our wheels and then we all just got to move forward without them. I mean, and honestly, that's where it's getting to, right? It's to the point now where it's like we have to get the players together, which, you know what, it's already in motion. Yep. And secondly, like they can't do shit without the teams. And if players are going to hold true to their word, then we have to make a change. There's got to be a change made. So to me, it's not fun. Even the league play blows, right? We need to sit down with Forest Park. We need to sit down with Melrose in the offseason and do something about league play. Because if that's the case, what is the point to go out there? We had 9 guys the other night playing Flash, or 10 guys if you want to count our coach Kelly, which Kelly's great. But Kelly don't want to play. You know what I mean, Donnie? Like, to me, that's – and I know it's a holiday week and all that stuff, but I don't know, man. You know, to me, it's just something's got to be different. And we need some excitement. We need some change. And if they're not going to do it, we got to do it ourselves with them or without them. And that's just where it's going to be. So I'll wait for my phone call, my text message to ring, which it'll never will from the SSA. But either way, we're going to continue to move forward with it, with them or without them. And if they don't want to be a part of what we're going to do, fuck them. Seriously.
I hear you. Yep.
So, and that's all it's going to be.
I want you to go on the show. I think it would be so awesome. It would be the most entertaining show in the 16-inch softball history. Either way, Jim, let's get to Joey. I know he's been patiently being kind in the middle here. Joey, we'll talk about what we brought you on for, right? There's been a lot of chatter regarding Forest Park No Glove National. And you were very opinionated.
Before we get there, people that are watching the show, we definitely appreciate you guys watching.
Yes.
Please hit that share button. Please hit the follow button.
Of course.
To increase, obviously, anything that goes on in our page and our game. We want as many eyeballs around 16 inches as possible. But also, guys, if you guys have any comments, topics, I know it's been a hot week since Thursday to today. Please put in the chat. Please, please ask a question about anything on the SSA or Forest Park that we're going to get into now. So go ahead, Donnie. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. That's well said. So we brought Joey on. He was very opinionated about the draw for No Glove National and where his team future stood after the initial release of that. So Joey, I'm gonna give you the floor here, and we definitely want to hear. I want to hear your initial reaction. Like as soon as you saw, man, like we're in the play-in game. Our major team, future, we're in the play-in. What was that initial reaction like?
Give me 1 second. I'm switching rooms down to my kitchen so I get better Wi-Fi.
I don't want you to disconnect on us now. This is the moment of truth.
This is right. So, Jack Afaro, who also runs the team, does more so of the money side, fundraising, all that stuff. I mean, gets everybody together. Who's going to be in and out every week. So he was in contact with them, and he was like, "Oh, I just missed a call from them. I was at a meeting. They called me about if we wanted a playing game spot." And we have a group with me, Jack, Pat Donahue, our second baseman, Ryan Rogers, whose dad kind of started the team.
Yep.
And Bobby Suchecki, our big shortstop. And we were like, "Oh, that must be a mistake. Play in maybe just a spot to play in the tournament." And so he was like, "Well, I'm going to call him back when I get him on a meeting. So give me 10 minutes." It was a pretty long 10 minutes. And then he said, "Yeah, a play-in spot." And I was like, "Give me their phone number. Who could have gotten who could have gotten invited over us?
Right.
Being one, we swept, besides losing to Los Lobos and a no glove last year, who I still think maybe they shouldn't have been allowed to play, but they were allowed to play, so we had to beat them, and we didn't. We won their Forest Park A-League, and we won the Glove National Championship. I mean, pretty much like, hey, you guys, we just pretty much cruise through the A level at that year. So we're going to go up to major. This is what we wanted. We want to play against the best. We're competitive people. But we're getting screwed out of it for moving up, because I know Jack Dawson in the comments were like, you guys are like 2-13. And I was like, actually, we're 5-15. So get the facts right. First, I like Jack, by the way. I played with him on shooters back in the day. I know he's a troll. Him and I don't even know his brother. I just know who his brother is. And I'll get to that in a second. But the response I never got was, does level of competition not matter at all? Because we're a major team. Our worst game is some people's best game all year, that are like team wise. You don't have a break. I mean, the bottom, if you go to the Melrose standings, the bottom is us, Dynasty, and Impact. We're 2-3 on Impact of the year, and we're 2-1 against Dynasty. We just beat both of them this past Tuesday, and we beat them. We played them again 2 Tuesdays ago and beat them both times then. So, and they get invited, and you're going to tell me, oh, well, they don't look at they don't play in your league. They always go to Forest Park League. Well, neither does Dynasty. Neither does Moneyline, who we beat at your guys' tournament. For the most part, they had their guys.
Yeah, they did.
We had
3 competitive games with them in the league. They're all high scoring. Maybe they beat us by like 5 or 6 runs, but yeah, we got our issues. We got guys that need to show up. We need to make plays when we need to make plays. Sure, we're still a young, 28 to 32 range team, but we're playing at the major level. We're playing against the best of the best.
Right.
And
so my thing, and hear me out on this. I think where you're going, my opinion, if you play in a major league, especially nowadays, just because there's not enough major teams in softball, you should automatically be in the tournament. Okay.
That's how I feel. They've done it. Meatballs, like I said, Meatball City never played at Forest Park, I believe. Moneyline doesn't play. Traffic doesn't play. Not at Forest Park, and not even in their major league at Melrose, because they're an A team.
Right.
So yeah, I feel like we should definitely, like, Dynasty doesn't get in. We're ahead of them in the league standings at Melrose, and they don't play. We play the same league as them. I want some explanation.
Yeah, so hear me out, and I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here in regards to.
Sure.
Now, I believe that you guys should be in the tournament because of the fact, and honestly, you're probably going to win the play-in and get in anyways. But either way, if you do have a slip up, right, you're not in. Okay. I'm sure you'll be getting a lot of calls, Joey, if that's the case. But either way, I'm just going to get to this, right? So you have the teams that are the A teams in the tournament. I have Big Red Machine. They're 8-5. In my opinion, I don't think Big Red Machine is. And Donnie, you would know this more. I don't think they have any top 3 finishes in any of the A tournaments. Correct?
I'll have to check what they did in A Nationals. I think they made it to Sunday in A Nationals, but they played North-South. I want to say they went 0-2 in North-South.
Okay, so Funk is 7-7. Funk got a playing game, correct?
Yeah.
And Funk actually won the Ironman tournament.
They did.
Okay, so YTD,
which was at Melrose Park.
And here's the thing: everyone was bitching about YTD, and I'm going to stick up for YTD a little bit here. Okay, YTD was 6-2 in the A League at Forest Park. Okay, when they did the invites. They play in the Forest Park League. Take JD out of it with his kids on the team.
Sure.
If you're 6-2 in the A League at Forest Park when there's only 15 or 16 major teams in the game, YTD's 100% deserves to get in. Okay, because for as long as I've been in softball, Forest Park has always looked at who does well in their league. They've always done it. Okay, so then you look at Hardway. Hardway, I think, deserves to be in there. 10-4. Combined in 2 leagues. Traffic is 6-0. I have 6-0, but it could be wrong. I think they're 6-0 in Melrose League. But
They are just looked.
Traffic's been around for a long time. They got snipped a couple years ago. I think they probably
last year.
Yeah, and they've improved this year for sure. They've improved.
They stole Jeremy from us.
Yeah, they did.
So Los Barachos, they're 10-5 in league play, and they finished top 5 in the North South. Okay, so they deserve to be in, right?
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll finish.
Menace is 7-1. Well, they got a top 5 finish in a major tournament, so
they do. But we got to look at who they play, and the draw is a lot.
Right, 100%. The draw's a lot, but you call it for what it is.
Not shitting on Los Barachos at all.
So I mean, if the draw went their way and lucky, God bless, right? Menace 7-1 with a second place, a national. Ribs,
they deserve it.
Ribs 5-2. Now Ribs are also playing. Ribs got in this year, right?
Ribs are playing.
They're playing.
Okay. Futures are playing. Born Divine.
Ribs, Born Divine, Future, and Funk.
Yeah, I mean, Born Divine, I had it 4-4. Obviously, there's no top 3 finishes in any of the 8 tournaments. In my opinion, all those teams that I just listed, Joey, I mean, it's not close with you guys. But I mean, that's the only thing I can think of is that did you go 0-2 in all the events, and that's what they're looking at? Or did you?
That's what I think. So we went. Okay. Obviously, you guys beat us at Westchester, and
right.
The score looks. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Was it 10-1? 10-2?
It was
10-2.
We had them. We messed up, and this is where you can say, well, they're just a bad team. It was 4-1 in the second and third innings, or the third and the fourth. We had guys at second and third with nobody out. We only pushed across 1 run. We were 1 hit away from, tying the game or even taking the lead if we.
Oh, I remember. I was pitching
that inning. And then we go into that 5th inning or 6th inning. It's a different game. Now you guys maybe got your buttholes a little tight. Like, you have to win this game theoretically, on paper. You're the 45s. So.
Right. So,
we put a lot of pressure on ourselves for sure. But
here's
we got flashback north-south again, first round. Shitty luck, but it is what it is. You got to beat the team eventually. So, and we did. I'm going to give Ribs credit. They hit the shit out of the ball against us. They beat us at north-south. I'm not going to sit here and complain that we had 9 guys a half hour before the game, and we had maybe, like I said, maybe 4 starters that would be at the play-in game. Tuesday. It doesn't matter. You are what you are on that day. You are who you are on paper that day. They beat us. It's no matter the situation, it would have been someone would have got screwed. But I feel like we should have been in, and maybe one of those 8 teams should have been in the play-in game.
Right.
And I definitely think Bankroll.
Yeah, Bankroll too.
Bankroll got screwed too.
Joey, the piece that I talked to you about was that they forced you to move up and play major after winning a last year.
If you win glove,
correct.
You got to play
if you
major.
win a tournament and win a no glove, you're forced to move up. And this year you struggle, right? And you just said it yourself. You haven't had the commitment that you wanted in major tournaments. If you do get by with a win in a major tournament, it goes a long way for you in no glove, in the realm of no glove national. So being that you're playing all the major tournaments now and all the major leagues because of the fact that you were forced to move up, and then it's held negatively against you. That's the difficult piece that I had originally. That was my initial reaction to seeing Future there. Joey, I will say, and I texted you this personally, go and kind of make it hurt for the other teams that day as well, right? Buck up and beat the shit out of both teams and make it known that you guys were the best team in that group. And I think you have the same mentality with that as well.
Yeah, after me getting a little emotional on Facebook, which I never do. That's not
it's
who
great,
I am.
though.
I was I had time at work and I was fuming. I was mad. And YTD, I made that comment on your page. It's not fair of me to make that comment. They're doing great in the A League. I got nothing against any of them. I just think having the last name Dawson, being in Forest Park, you got to face it.
Well, you take.
But I just felt like
yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah. You got to expect a little bit. I don't know any of those guys. I only know Jack. I know I've seen. I think it's Andrew. It's spelled backwards. His brother, Andrew Williams.
My guy.
He's funny. I've seen him a bunch in the comments in the past. He makes me laugh. It wasn't fair of me to say that before even looking at the league.
Yeah, they're not the team though that
they put a good team.
They should be in the tournament based on that. Now they only played one tournament, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, as we always talk about this, softball is just, you know what I mean? It's it's at that top 20 level. It's just it falls off a cliff, right? Now, in my opinion, you guys should not be in the playing game, but maybe that's what wakes you guys up, and maybe that's what all of a sudden it says, hey, like you go out there, you slaughter 2 teams. You get in the tournament and now you make a run and guys are excited to play again. Like,
good point.
I know how that is when you're not excited to play. It does affect the way you are, the way you do things. We've lived it, right? So I don't know. In my opinion, I think all of softball knows you guys should be in the tournament. But maybe Forest Park, like I mentioned to you offline, is really kind of saying to you, maybe you should also play in our league next year, right? I mean, I'm just letting you know, because if you're in the Forest Park League, I promise you, you would have been in the tournament hands down. And honestly,
100%.
It's their tournament. They could do what they want when they want. There's literally no, there's no like they have to take the best 24 teams. No, it's their opinion on who they feel is the best 24 teams. And we all know as players, I think that futures, be somewhere between that 12 to 18 range. But at the same time, they don't. So go show them who it is and show them what it's all about. And I think that's probably, this motivates you guys, right? I don't see you guys, in my opinion, I don't see you losing. No disrespect to Born Divine. But you guys got to go out there and be ready to play and not just walk out there thinking you're going to win, right? Because then one of those teams.
Yeah, we play. So exactly, we gotta. If we're gonna do all this, and it's mostly been me, honestly, but the other guys kept it off social media, just in our group. But we got to go out there and show it. Solorio's been with us for the tournaments. Shout out to him. He's coming in Tuesday. From Michigan. He's coming. He's pissed off too.
Here's a comment, Joe. Jack Don.
Kevin Coles is coming. That's Jack.
Jack said Forest Park originally called us asking to play in their A League. No communication between SSA and Forest Park on what expectations are. Can you talk about that?
I was going to mention that too.
I'm not sick enough how they don't. But SSA has nothing to do with Forest Park.
Correct. They don't.
Yeah. Go
ahead.
But I just need. What are they looking at? Because if they're looking at league play, 10 Deep's 4-3. Yeah, they just won the A No Glove for sure. I think they're a good team. They've been at the top of the A team for the past three years, maybe.
Wow.
They're 4-3 in the league play. If you're telling me you're going to look at league play, but no, we're going to look at tournaments. Okay, YTD got bounced by Splash, who in the league the past couple of years. No disrespect to Splash. It's on record. Have been at the bottom of that league.
Yeah.
For the past 3 years. You can't get that's not a team you can lose to, especially in a tournament. That's the A level, no gloves basically is that tournament. Everyone has a shot to win. Yeah. You feel like there's about 7-8 teams that feel like, hey, we're gonna go win this thing. Same with, not talking bad about Barrages again, but same thing with them. You're the favorite. We knocked you guys out last year in 2 good games. They put us in the losers bracket. We came back and knocked them out of the tournament. You got to win that thing.
Yeah.
You can't get bounced. They made it to Sunday. I think I forget who they lost to, but you can't. You got to make it in the championship at least if you're the favorite, in my opinion. Especially how people talk about A-ball. It's not good, and it really is not that good. Take it from us. We were dominant last year, now we suck this year. And do we really suck just because we changed levels?
Here's the thing, though.
Competition's harder.
If you're in the A division and you guys are winning games and doing a bunch of stuff, is your commitment level better? My answer is yes. Now that you play in the major division, you play in the Melrose League, you guys ain't winning all the time because you're taking your lumps like you should, right? And then next year, you guys will get a little better, and then guys will start showing up all the time again if that's the case. So, my thing is, we've all been there, Joe. Like, we've all been on teams that takes lumps. That's how you get better, and that's what these A teams and B teams don't understand. You know, when we played, when I was on binge, and we were like the up and coming team in my early 20s, we took our lumps, dude. We got to the Forest Park final winners bracket final game and got slaughter rolled 2 games in a row in the championship of the winners bracket and in the championship of the losers bracket. Slaughter rolled twice in a row. Okay, it happens. Like, but we got there. You know what I mean? And that's no one could take that away from us at the age of 20 and 21. I don't remember any young teams of what my binge team was. We had a couple older veterans. But for the most part, all our better players were in their early 20s. I don't remember that ever happening again. So, like, in my opinion, like, that's how you get better at the game. That's how you want to play the game. That's how you want to, and that's what I want to throw out to these 8 teams. It's like these 8 teams should play these major events all the time. And for the most 100%. Part, they've been doing that, right? So, and you can't predict the draw. Like, I get all that. You played Flash, you played 45s. It sucks. Yep. It does. Yep. It sucks. Yep. But you got to get in that loser bracket and you got to win some games. And that's the key. You can't be losing the funk, right? 100%. So in my opinion, you guys are going to win the playing game. I think it's always going to be well there. You're going to get in the tournament. And then, you know what? From that point on, it's flip a coin, right? I mean, anything can happen, man. Right. So I wouldn't hold your head too down. We're going in Thursday, Friday, and with momentum. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Come in with some momentum. You guys have a little confidence from Friday, and then go with it from there. So, Donnie, Joey, go ahead. I know there's more topics about the Forest Park tournament.
We'll, Joey, I appreciate you coming on and being vocal about your team. That to me shows the passion that you have for the group, and I think that's very impressive. That you can kind of still stand by the team. I know you've had your ups and downs this year, to still stand by the team and say, hey, we deserve something a little bit better because of what we had to do, what we were forced to do, is very admirable on your end. And I appreciate you doing that.
They're not bad players by no means. We just need a little more experience. We've taken huge strides this past month.
Correct.
We got our first win against Impact at Melrose League play, and we went out and slaughtered Dynasty, and now we're confident.
Yep. So another team we wanted to talk about was Bankroll too, getting the 3rd place finish at A, and then they won a tournament earlier this year against Barachos, if I'm not mistaken, at Melrose Park. It was interesting to see them not get a play-in or get an invite to that. It would have been more interesting to see Bankroll play Moneyline and have Matty Dozen have to coach both teams at once, which would be very, very interesting to watch. But yeah, it's
I noticed they're not in a league, but neither is 38s.
Sure.
So it goes back to my point. What are you guys looking at? What weighs more?
Can I
Chuck's I get they're in Iowa. Chuck's and Hall of Fame are in a league.
Yeah, I mean, just based on my experience.
Of course they deserve to be in.
Right. Based on my experience and what I've seen in the Forest Park, I could be totally wrong, but just going off my opinion and what I've seen, they look at 2 things. They look at how teams do in their Forest Park League. Okay, they always did. All right, they're going to give. So if there's a team in their Forest Park League and a team that's not, they're going to give the favorite in the Forest Park League over the team that's not, hands down. Unless this team on the left is so much better than what they have on the right. That's the only way that I could see Forest Park not favoring their league, because it's their tournament, right? So the whole point of them trying to get people to play in their tournament is to play in their league, right?
Good comment right there, by the way.
Good one. So that's one thing. Second thing, I think they do look at tournaments. I've seen Grace at other parks this year watching games. I've seen JD out there watching games. I mean, it's not really that difficult. Now, do they miss one here and there? Sure. I think they missed you guys. I do, right? You played in a major league, you should have got in. But like I said, it's they favor their teams in their league, and that's just what it is. In my opinion, they're not going to put a team in that's 0-10. That's not happening. I think there was a team if I remember correctly, Donnie,
Impact was 0-12 in their league, I believe, a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, and they were a playing game.
Yeah,
and because they were in major.
Long Shots, or who was it?
Hmm?
Who was the team that was 0-12 a couple years ago?
Line Drive.
Line Drive, that's what it was.
Because they won a Nationals, and then the next year they didn't win a single game at the major level.
Right. Yep.
And they got a plan.
And they also got a plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Line Drive was at that time was pretty. They were like pretty bad. And I think the Line Drive guys at that time would tell you they were pretty bad. And then I think they won the play-in. I think they got in the tournament and they won a game in the tournament, I think, right? If I'm correct.
Did they win the play-in?
I think they won the play-in, and I think they got in and won a game or two in the tournament that year. Someone looked that up. Someone looked that up. It was about 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, I
remember Line Drive being. I was with Shooters that year.
I think they got in the tournament, and I think they won a game in the tournament because it was like the first game they had won all year, or something like that. Maybe it was the playing game they won that I'm thinking of. So
hey, people want to hear from Battistoni. Okay. I got to say this. I know that Richie's been out of town. He's been MIA. This is his time to shine right now on Facebook, and he might do it on Monday, as he typically makes Facebook posts on Monday about his opinions. And they usually get 1 million comments. So tomorrow might be a great day to be on Facebook.
So Richie has to be on my time, meaning I'm paying him for him to be writing on Facebook. Okay?
You're paying him to be on Facebook tomorrow?
Right, exactly. So
you're right.
He will be on Facebook tomorrow, because if not, I'll make sure he is. Okay?
That's funny. Jackson Perry's in the comments. Joseph Martinez, Joey Carbs in the comments. Matt Peckus. Bill Kavanaugh said if anyone can coach 2 teams, Matt.
Well, I want to pull this up again, okay, as we're going through this. So we all know the top 4. I think they're top 5, top 6. Probably have there's 0 complaints about Whale, Hex, Chuck's, Signature, 45's, Flash, right? I don't think many people are complaining about that. Now let's I know Julian's not on the show tonight, or he's not here
yet.
Let's talk about the 38s, because I know he did a 9-step post about 38s and why. I believe I didn't read every single one, but I believe he was complaining that they were not a bye team and they won a tournament. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So
I think so, yeah.
So all right. So I did the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing, Joey, what I did with them, right? So 38s don't play in a league. Is that a positive or negative? It's a negative, right? Now we understand league play is maybe the league play is not it's not what it was before. I get that. But did the 38s play in Forest Park last year? The answer the answer is yes, they did.
What? Okay. The league or the tournament?
The league.
Yes, they did.
The league.
They played in Forest Park last year. Okay. They leave the league. Okay. And don't play in any league except for Hamlin. Well, Forest Park committee doesn't look at that very well. They left their own league and they go to another league, and all of a sudden they don't play in a major league at all. Now they do come out and they win. Well, I mean, if you had to rank the top 3 tournaments so far this year, starting with Westchester, North-South, and Midsummer, where would you rank Midsummer on those 3? 3rd? Because you ain't ranking it 1st.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for sure, 3rd.
The 3rd. So they won the worst tournament, as I would say, out of the 3 that's been played this year. Did they absolutely agree? 100%. They won, but they won that tournament, which, hey, more props to them. It's awesome. It's awesome for a team like 38s. They got some younger guys, some middle-aged guys to win that tournament, not holding it against them. But does that really deserve them to get a bye when I believe, if I'm correct, Donnie, did they go 0-2 in Westchester?
No, they made it to Sunday morning. We played them early Sunday morning and beat them, but they made it to Sunday.
Okay. So they made it to Sunday. I know they made it to Sunday in North-South, right? Or
they did.
Lost.
They've made it to Sunday North-South. So they made it to Sunday in both tournaments.
South, they made it to Sunday in Melrose, and then they won the Midsummer.
It's pretty good.
Now, if they played in a league, in Forest Park League, my opinion, I think they get a bye. Okay?
Over
but they
who,
didn't.
BTA?
Probably BTA, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be BTA, yeah.
Fat Kids, in my opinion, they won a tournament.
They won Westchester.
Right? They won probably the best tournament of the year so far, Westchester. North-South is probably a close second, right? And that's why Wales in there. So Wales gets their bid, and Wales been good and tough, and they've got a great team. And I think somebody in the comments earlier was talking about the eye test. Well, yeah, the eye test. I think when you look at Wales, they're 100% a top 5 team in softball. Hacks, same thing. BTA, in my opinion, could you flip a coin from them and 30-38s? I'd say yes, right? But to BTA's point, they play in a major league. They play in the Forest Park League. And if you're saying they're neck and neck, who is Forest Park going to give it to? They're going to give it to the team that's in their league, which I don't blame them, okay? Because it does make sense that why are you going to give someone credit who doesn't play in their league? Well, and I think that's a lot to do with what they think, and I don't know. That's just my opinion, and I could be dead wrong. But when I look at this, and the way I've seen them do this draw on these teams over the last, 20 years, that's how they go. They make their league important. I know a handful of years ago, they were taking teams out of their league that they felt were mediocre over teams that didn't play in their league that were decent, right, or better. It's just the way it is. So, Big Red Machine, the rest of the field, when you look at it, I don't know about them. I haven't seen them play. I can't speak to them. The only time I've heard Big Red Machine all year is when they had one of their players play on 30-38. Okay? So, I don't know. Dynasty, we talked about Dynasty.
I think someone told me the guy who runs Big Red Machine is on the Forest Park board.
No, he's on the SSA board. Francisco?
Coach? Oh, he's on SSA. Oh, never mind.
He's an SSA.
I got
he's
the
guy
wrong
who runs
somebody.
B Nationals. So, which is also coming up this weekend. 30-38s, like we talked about, Hardway, High Y, obviously Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame concessions, they're always going to get in just because they're from Iowa, right? I mean, honestly, and they're probably the best, their second best team from Iowa. I think that's fair to say. I was telling people this whole year, like, this would be the year if I was an Iowa team and I wanted to really play Forest Park. They could have literally got 3 Iowa teams in this year, right? I mean, they could have made a good case for it. Impact obviously plays in a major league. They're in. Iron, there's no question. Los Barachos, in my opinion, I think they deserve to be in. They were a top 5 finish in a major event.
And they beat Dynasty in a tournament.
Yeah, they beat Dynasty, and I want to say their league play record.
They beat Pharaohs, I think.
They're 10-5 in league play. I mean, I think they deserve to be in. Menace finished second at the A No Glove. I think they deserve to be in. Moneyline, Pharaohs, pick YTD, right? So, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at it, I think the one team to me that stands out is probably Big Red Machine.
Right.
Probably Hardway a little bit. But what does
Hardway
do?
Big Red Machine, yeah.
What does Hardway do? Hardway's 10-4 in their league, right?
Yeah.
They play in the Forest Park League. So when you look at what they did, and just based on what I see, I'm seeing Forest Park favoring their own teams in their league for their tournament. Which, hey, they have the right to do that, right? So, and I think that's why kind of where we're at right now with everything. Go ahead. What do you
I don't know where.
Go ahead, Joe.
What is this? So the problem is, no one really knows what this tournament is. Is it the best 24, or is it the 24 they think is the best, or is it 24 from like my problem with the whole thing is that last word in big lettering, they're nationals, and I'm going to sound like the guy from Los Lobos. Yeah. Why call it nationals? Just call it the Forest Park tournament.
It's their no glove invite. They invite the teams, in their opinion.
Right, I know. I get that.
They think that these 23 teams that got invites are the top 23 teams in softball. Now, I understand that the rest of softball probably doesn't think that way. But when I look at Big Red Machine, that's the one to me. Like I said, I haven't seen them, but based on what I see in records and what they've done in tournaments, to me, that's the one that I would take out just by the looking at things. I don't know who's on that team, but maybe Hardway. Hardway's 10-4 in their league, right? Or 10-4. I think they played Melrose and they played Forest Park. So, I think they kind of deserve. They've also played in the North South. I think they had some wins in the North South, right, Donnie, Hardway.
I think they gave Moneyline a really good game. I don't know if they won per se, but I think they gave Moneyline a good game, and then they played another major team pretty tough. I want to say Hardway's they're a good team.
Right. So, I mean, in all reality, like I totally get both sides of the story. I get both sides. I 100% agree you probably should be in, but you also got to look at it from their side. And I think when you look at it from the Forest Park side, I think, and I'm not speaking for them, but my opinion is that's how they're looking at it, right? And so when I read a lot of these things, and I agree with Julian, do they deserve to get a bye? Probably yes, right? I would say yes. They won a major event. But when you look at the 3 events, that's the least of the 3 of you look at, and they don't play in the Forest Park League. I think if they played in the Forest Park League, I think they'd have a bye. That's just my opinion.
Hardway's in first place in the A.
So here's another thing.
Yeah.
Nobody loves the Forest Park fields more than me. No. I love it. The pool, 90, the trains.
Right.
I love the whole thing, all of it. The music from the pool. It's a great field. The only reason we didn't play is because we looked at the past and like, hey, look, all these teams didn't play in it. They still get invites. Okay. Yeah. Melrose offered 1 day a week, either Tuesday or Thursday. I know Forest Park does Monday, Wednesday, but sometimes you play one Monday, one Wednesday, or one Monday. You really don't know. And they offer double headers at Melrose. Tuesday night, everyone will play double headers, and then the next 4, Thursday night, everyone will play double headers. That's how it was at the beginning of the year. Way better schedule. I don't need games starting at 9:45 on a Wednesday because every major team has to take BP for the 100th time, and you just push the start times back. Yeah. They could fix that a little bit, I think.
Sure.
And if there's no fix to it, there's too many teams. Well, yeah, there are. Cap it off at 10 major teams, and then maybe I don't know, another group of A because they only play once a week. Make A League. Well, like us, Impact, bottom major teams.
I think here's
not a bad idea.
You don't invite teams back that go 1-10 or 0-10 next year, the year before.
So hear me out, Joey. I think what Forest Park, and this is just an opinion, okay? They used to do this a long time ago in Mount Prospect before you guys even started playing. But what I think Forest Park should do, and I was telling people this the other night at the field, is that for their league, okay, the major teams should all play each other once in that bracket, okay? And then the A teams should play 6 games against the major teams, okay, where they're playing up and down. Make sense? So maybe you have, I don't know, if they had 10 teams in the Forest Park Major, you play each one of those teams twice. That's 18 games. And then maybe you jump down and you play 4 A teams or 5 A teams on the bottom, okay? And then, you know what I mean? Because then all these A teams are all going to play 4 or 5 games against the major teams. The major teams are all going to play each other twice. And then now you cap it at a 22-game season, which I think that's what it is this year. That's just my opinion. Then what happens is now some of these A teams are playing some of these major teams, and they have a chance to see what the big boys look like. You know what I mean? And you can run it.
Get a feel.
Exactly. Get a feel. And you have,
where are we?
Right. And you have those A teams, possibly play on, unfortunately on Mondays and Wednesdays or whatever it is. And I don't know how it's going to work with schedules because I know teams play other fields and other stuff. I get all that. But I just think it would help the game. I think it would help the league. And it also bring a little excitement into the league for maybe some of those A teams and maybe sell some of the stuff that we're talking about tonight with invites for the A teams getting in over a major team. Because if you would have played four A teams, if you were in the Forest Park League and played 4 A teams, and you absolutely destroyed all 4, there's no way that they would put an A team.
Better case for me.
You know, I'm just, when I look at it, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you know, does it make sense? Does it bring a little excitement? Absolutely.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's like the English Premier League. It's like the soccer Premier League. When teams are at the bottom and they continue to lose, they get relegated. It doesn't matter who they play.
Right.
I was in London when they just had this game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
For the bottom 2 teams, they were competing, or there was a new team coming in. They were competing.
Yeah.
That was fun to see.
Well, I mean, I just
idea.
think it should, right? And then if you do win the A Forest Park League, you should have to jump up to major in the Forest Park League, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. So, like, and I think for their tournament, I think it'll make things easier for them when it comes to the one tournament everyone cares about. Because honestly, Joey, if this was the Westchester tournament, you'd be like, okay, no big deal. But it's Forest Park, right?
Right.
And everyone wants to play Forest Park. All of a sudden, all the teams that don't want to play major teams,
because that's what we make it.
Right.
We make it. We say it's the 24 best.
Right.
So,
and are you guys the 24 best? 100%. We know that you're top 16 in my opinion. And I understand you haven't had a great year for what you're saying, but in my opinion, when you guys have everybody there, you're definitely a top 16 team. So.
Yeah, we'll find out Tuesday the 21st. Like I said, I think we're waiting on one response. Our left fielder that played with us against you guys at your tournament, Donnie, he hasn't been there all year. He was at the start with B Nationals. He's faded out a little bit, but he's starting to come back, and we're trying to get him back for no gloves so he can, get a real feel for, because here's another problem. So we're gonna dive into another thing with this, but he had no idea about any of this.
Right.
Tournaments, nothing, no gloves. And I'm sure once we get him out there Thursday, hopefully if we're there, then he's going to be like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So people are asking, they want to know who you lost to at Westchester. You lost to 45s the first game.
45s, and we had a pretty good back and forth game with Impact. It got out of hand a little bit in the 6th inning.
I remember that.
I know it got out of hand. We were up 5-3. Yeah, you guys were watching.
I was watching that game, yeah.
We were up 5-3 with 2 outs. We had Nick Burt hit a ball. Our right fielder his butt was on the fence. Yeah. I mean, he mashed it, and he dropped it with 2 outs, and he scored a homer to tie it up. And then we never really made anything. I think we scored 2 runs after that, and then they scored a bunch in 1 inning.
Yeah.
So it was a good game for a little bit, but
yeah, but
we played 7.
Impact's also another team that's in the
team.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I like this idea a lot. The idea of like tiers almost. You've got your top 8 that are safe, your 8 to 16 that are in the bubble, and then your 16 to 20 that are relegation zone. And then the top 8 teams can move up, and that's a pretty cool idea for a league, for Forest Park, to make it competitive, and you can play some new different teams too during the week, and teams that you'll play in tournaments. Like,
I mean,
that's
think
a pretty
about
solid idea.
On the 45, do we ever play? Are we ever going to play Funk?
Yes, you will in tournaments.
But I'm saying, like, most of the time we don't.
Wow, Forest Park lights out. Forest Park lights out.
What's the joke with that?
The lights keep going out at Forest Park, like legitimately the lights. So we were supposed to play Monday, and the lights went out. And then we're supposed to play Wednesday, and we played our first game. Whale is literally sitting off to the side waiting for her to play, and the lights went out again. And we couldn't play because it was dark. It happened twice in 2 days where the games were getting canceled because of rolling blackouts at Forest Park, which is
jeez. Is that
hilarious.
Is that the 9:15 games?
One of them was the 8 o'clock game. So I mean, once
the 9:15 get canceled after that too?
Yes, both of them gets canceled. Yes.
Okay.
And Jimmy just got booted from the stream. Sorry, Joe. Now we can have a serious
young guys taking over. Mm-hmm.
Man, but Jimmy, we were talking earlier, Joe, and it's just really important for your group to show up on that Tuesday, and and be the team that you know you can be. Man, it's like a library in here now. How crazy. Let's see if Jimmy gets back in here. But yes, I know that you guys can do it.
We got the troops.
I see what you guys are capable of. You're going to score a lot of runs.
Yeah, my hold on one second, guys. My computer died, so
here, let me kick you
I don't know how to.
That's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, we're playing another problem. So this is now a new problem with this Melrose League that we're seeing. Obviously, you guys play the next 3 weeks. They split it up into two: the top 4 and the bottom 4, right? Bottom 4 have played the last 3 weeks, doubleheaders. We played Impact Dynasty, Moneyline twice, and then Impact Dynasty again. Now we sit for 3 weeks right before No Gloves, and you guys do all your playing. That's a huge problem. This is not why I wanted to be in the Melrose League. I want to play, like I said before, I want to play the best. I want to play the 45s. I want to play Signature, Hex, Fat Kids. Don't screw me out, make me play the same team 16 times. I've played Impact enough.
Right.
I know the players, but it helps. I know the players. It's almost a good thing for us. We know these guys now. Dynasty, Moneyline.
You want to get
Impact.
You want to play.
Now we're starting to beat them. Mm-hmm. Well, now we're starting to beat them. Now we're starting to hang with them. We're playing them more. We're seeing them more. We know what their guys do.
Vinny, amazing.
So we've seen these hitters a ton of times. And it's not like, oh, this guy's got a big ball. No big deal. I'm going to back up a little bit. We know we've seen multiple balls, and we're just getting better at that aspect. And we've always been a team the last 3 years. We're playing our best softball heading into like Terry Moran time, late June, early July.
Johnny Ryan.
Is it still swollen? Is that why?
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
A big nose. My girlfriend Naomi always gives me crap about having a big nose.
So Donnie, can you hear me? Am I good?
Yes.
I know my color's not off a little bit because I'm on a different computer, but my other computer died. So I had it on the charger and it didn't charge. So
good.
But yeah, what I was God.
No, seriously. I love the idea of this league that can be competitive for multiple levels, and it makes the selection for Forest Park a whole lot easier too.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it from the standpoint of, Forest Park, I just think it makes it easier for them, right?
Exactly.
I think it'd be cool for some of the A-level teams to go ahead and jump up to play a major team. So, I just my opinion. I don't know. When I look at it, makes a ton of sense, and maybe Forest Park can figure it out. I don't know. But either way.
Okay. So you did it before at Majewski. I never played there. I wasn't around when that league was going on.
Yeah.
There was also probably more competitive teams at that time too.
Well, it's not a Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Look at like a white 50 set. That's great.
Look at Rieger. But Mike Trump, we said it wasn't a new idea, my man. But for Mount Prospect, like I said, used to do that back in the day.
Oh boy.
We
have another person we can bring onto the stream, Jim, whenever you think it's appropriate.
Well, Joey, are you good? We good? You want to stay on for Julian, or you want to hop off? He was next.
I got a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
But if you plan on having him solo,
oh boy,
it's just about different stuff. I mean, I can go into SSA. Perfect. I can go into broadcasts.
I love it.
I can do anything.
Stay on with us.
I stumbled on.
I just didn't know if you wanted to hop off.
Yeah.
Hop off. It's my guy. We got to ask Julian about the Mexico soccer game when he hops on. But let's see what he's got to talk about.
Did they end up? I don't know.
They ended up losing. Hi, Julian.
What's up, boys?
How are you?
I'd be better if Mexico won, but we're still here. It was a great game. I don't know if you guys chimed in, but it was a fun time. It was a good game.
It was fun to watch.
What was the final?
3-2 England. Crazy game. Not good for the family. I'm marrying into a Mexican family, so
that's what I'm saying. Not good for you.
Yeah.
So, Julian, we were talking about a potential bringing on of a league. This is actually going to be a funny question. we're talking about a league, right, where you have the top 8 teams that are solidified. I don't know if you watch like Premier League soccer, but that's the idea, right? The top 8 teams set in stone. They're not going to leave. The middle group, if lose a couple games in a row, they could start to lose that. We call it delegation or relegation. What did Dirty 38s play in that league?
I don't know. Is that going to get us into the biggest tournament of the year?
Yes.
Yeah, who's in charge of that? Is that you, Doss? I don't know. Who makes those decisions? Let us know.
All right, well, here we go. So we kind of covered it a little bit while you weren't on, but what I want to say is that I want to hear, because you had one of 9 text messages or posts on Facebook. I want to hear your side of the story, and I want you to sell me on why 3038 should be a bye team at Forest Park. And then, Joey, I want you to do the same thing. I think you kind of already did, but, start with you, Julian. Let's hear on why. What is your opinion on why you think 3038 should have got a bye in Forest Park?
Yeah, okay. Easy.
Because that's what you're hot about, correct? That's what the whole.
Yeah, that's what the posts are about, for sure.
Perfect.
For sure.
Okay.
And a couple things. One, I want it to be conversational because that's how we'll get down to it. Yep. And 2, for all the teams out there, like, there's nothing against you guys. I'm happy for everyone that got in. I'm happy for everybody that's got a bye. Just make that clear, all right? We're just speaking generally, all right? We're just having conversations. But to answer the question, 38s, let's rally it off, all right? Summer Series. Third best team versus rankings. We won a major tournament. We don't play in the leagues. Neither do a few other teams who have a bye. One team, Chucks. Again, no disrespect, Chucks. They don't play in the Forest Park League either.
Well,
and that's go ahead.
Theirs was given because of last year. Remember that, Julie?
Fair. Totally fair. Yes, I know how to. Actually, let's go back to that because
they weren't given because of last year.
So Circus dropped. So we have the top 4 teams. Now we have 3 teams. So again, like
who was the other team that finished 5th last year?
They did a coin flip between Whale and Chucks won the coin flip, so they got the 4th spot in the bye.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we had Circus drop. We have 3 teams who have a bye, which we know those teams, right? 45's last signature, and now we're moving a team up. That's what the decision is.
Correct.
Okay, so again, my thing, who was making that call?
Well, the committee that they have a committee at Forest Park.
Who's the committee?
So you got JD, I believe.
So just JD. Got it. All right. So Doss makes the decisions. Okay.
You have
so
Grace.
Got it.
I don't know if you know who Grace is, but Grace is also on that committee, I believe. I don't know if Adam Kemby has any say or what on that.
I don't think Adam does.
Kemby.
I want to say there's one other person. I don't know the other individual, but go ahead.
I think Jackie might be a part of it too. Jackie Giovanelli.
Okay, so from what I'm hearing is that Doss makes the decisions. Fair enough.
I would say I would agree with you on that angle. I know JD would probably go a little bit against that, but JD is the one who's been around softball out of the group the most.
They really lean on his opinion.
Correct.
Got it. He makes the decisions.
Correct.
Simple. Right? All right. So we have the 4 teams. So Chuck's got the bye. So they did a coin flip. All right. So Whale gets in. They're the 5th team. They've won a tournament. They're great. Okay. Fat Kids won a tournament. They're in. We're at 6 now, right? So we have what? 2 spots left. Okay. Who's that 7th team? I think we said Hex.
Yeah.
Right? Hex should be in there. This is that 8th team. There was that bubble, right? So here's the bubble. I'll give you the teams, in my opinion, who I think are on the bubble before Midsummer, which is a tournament now that apparently doesn't matter because it was a one day. We have, in no particular order, we have High Y, Pharaohs, Iron, 38s, BTA, and I think that's it. Does that sound about pretty accurate? Am I missing anyone?
I don't know. Pull the team up. Hold on. We got it right here. Hold on. Can you see that?
I can, yeah. So, yeah, High Y, Pharaohs. I mean, I think the 5 teams I said are like the ones who are in consideration of getting that bye, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So again,
I would agree with you there. I don't think Dynasty's in that talk. I don't even think Moneyline's in that talk. They've had a kind of a down year for them. I would say High Y, you guys, and probably Iron with BTA.
Yep. All right. So again, just to everyone listening, no disrespect to the teams, especially BTA, they got the bye. Lil Dave, I think, is mad at me, and I love Lil Dave.
He'll get over it. He's the best looking white guy in the game. He'll be fine.
38s, right? Why do we get in? Again, I'll reiterate. When you do the summer series stats, we're third. They're just stats. Who really cares, right? I mean, but they're that's why the stats are there, right? If you look at the teams that are ranked with wins and all that, 38s are third out of every team. 38s have won a major tournament. It was one day. Okay. Is that our fault? No. Is it our fault that certain teams didn't play? No. Who do we beat? Great teams. We started with Fat Kids, beat Fat Kids. Then we played a great Iron game, beat Iron. Then we played Whale. Second time in summer series. Again, love Whale. Second time in a summer series that we beat them and knocked them out of a tournament. Okay? Second time. Then we beat a great BTA team in the championship. Those are 4 great teams. And if I'm hearing it right, minus Iron, those 3 teams have a bye. Okay? And then we win. We're champions, right? We won one of the 3 major tournaments in the summer. And there's many other factors, which you'll probably say, but you guys don't play in a league, right? Okay, again, Chuck's got this coin flip bye. Chuck's doesn't play in a league, all right? So where's the argument there? They got a coin flip. They're part of the bye. So, I'm taking that out of the equation. They don't play in a league either.
I'm going to be the bad guy here because you're asking the question. I'm going to just play the bad guy side. But so what I was saying earlier before you came on is that if you look at the 3 tournaments, and I understand your point, it's 100% a major event. But you look at the 3 tournaments that were played. What is the lesser of the 3 tournaments at the major level? This is where I'm going at. Okay, if Chucks don't leave on Sunday in North South, and I know there's a lot of ifs, I get all that. Mm-hmm. Chucks, to your point, don't play in a league, but they do travel 5 times a year to Chicago. Okay. Totally. So you do got to give them a little props for that, right? They told Iowa, we're not playing Iowa anymore. We're going down to Chicago to play 5 teams. And when you look at Chuck's play, in my opinion, they're the best team in softball. Okay.
Don't disagree.
They are. Say great. What you want. They're the best team in softball. Now, defensively, they might be average, but due to their offensive game, okay, they just need to be average defensively, right? So when I look at the teams that got a bye, I agree with you that Chucks wins a coin flip, but even if they didn't win a coin flip, in my opinion, they were getting into that tournament, okay, as a bye. Then when you look at the tournament you guys won and you compare it to a BTA, because if you look at BTA, that's the one team, in my opinion, that you guys are like neck and neck. So when I look at BTA and I say BTA plays in my league in the tournament that I run, they get a little notch ahead of you. Now, whether you like that or not, that's how Forest Park, I'm thinking, and I don't know because I haven't talked to a single person, let's make that clear, from Forest Park, because I don't want the calls tomorrow saying that this is what actually how it went down. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just using my brain here. When you look at Forest Park, BTA, well, let's look at what they've done in tournaments. BTA just beat Flash, knocked them out of the tournament for you guys to play them to knock them out, right? So have they done well in tournaments? Well, they took second in the Midsummer. They took what did they do in North South?
BTA.
Did they get knocked out in North South? I don't even know where they finished in North South. I know they beat Sunday in Westchester.
They lost to Whale first round. I don't know what they did in the losers bracket.
So maybe they won 3 or 4 games. It's irrelevant. But when you look at it, you guys beat them.
I don't remember what they did.
They finished second, but they play in the Forest Park League. That's what Forest Park is looking at. It's not, no disrespect to the 30-38s. That's what they're looking at. I'm telling you, because what other thing could they possibly have against you other than that they play in the league? That's the only thing I can think of. You beat them in a major event.
Go ahead,
so,
Joe.
You know what I mean? And then when they look at it, how was the game that you guys beat them in the Midsummer? Was it a blowout?
We slaughtered them in 5.
Oh, so even better. So, I mean, so totally understand your point. But in my opinion, I think, not my opinion, but what I'm thinking out here out loud with you is maybe that's why they leaned their way. And that's the only thing I can think of, because outside of that doesn't make much sense, right? They're favoring the team that plays in their league, as they traditionally have done over the last 20 years of running this tournament since I've been a part of it. Okay.
a third of these teams that are on that list don't play in their league.
Yeah.
I think 9 of the 27.
9 of the 27? Let's pull that back up.
I believe so. Here we go.
Flashback does everyone except for I don't count Chucks because Chucks.
I know they can't play in the league. I get it.
Yeah, I mean they
should drive and play in the league.
I know.
They should play in Forest Park.
For lack
They
of
don't play in the league though.
Fat kids don't play in the league.
Chad Hook drove from Iowa to play in Forest Park.
Mm-hmm.
Well, think about it. Fat kids don't play in Forest Park, but they won the Westchester.
Yes, they do.
Do they play?
They do. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, they do play in Forest Park. I don't even know.
Here's the teams that don't, because I looked it up. All 4 besides Ribs. So Future, Funk, Born Divine. That's 3. I was counting the Iowa team, so I guess we can't. I get they can't play that, but they still don't. 38s don't. Dynasty doesn't.
Moneyline definitely doesn't play in Forest Park.
Moneyline does not, and Traffic does not. That's 7 teams. You count the Iowa teams, that's 9. Still almost a third of that list does not play in their league.
Well, I mean,
you can't have the argument one way or the other. Like I guess
Traffic does play. There's Traffic is for first place in the A League in Westchester,
yeah, 6-0, yes,
or Melrose, yeah,
but we're ahead of Dynasty on the standings at Melrose. They're in. We just beat them twice. We're 2-1 against them this year.
Yeah,
I get it's Park League play. I get half the time people don't want to be there. That's not our fault.
People are fired up, Joe. Funk does play in the Forest Park League.
They wanted to flip a coin. I don't know if they were half kidding or not. They wanted to flip a coin on Tuesday for a win. I'm like, you get $50 a win in this league. I need all the money I can get. We're a young team. I can't get fundraising. I need jerseys to pay for because the SSA all of a sudden makes you wear jerseys now, Julian. I think they made you guys get jerseys.
Yeah.
We have to wear numbers because the stats are so important in recreational softball.
But Julian, I like what you're saying, right? It makes sense. It does. I understand your frustration. Totally does. That's why we invited JD to come on tonight, and I think JD will come on, but when they do the bracket play, I hope
we lost Joey.
But we lost Joey.
He used up all of his internet researching the teams that weren't, and he froze up on us, unfortunately.
All right, so tell us, Julian. Tell us now what you feel when you hear my thing. What do you think about if that's their comeback that they play in the league? What are you going to say to something like that?
Make it known. Number one, if the biggest is No Glove still the biggest tournament in softball?
100%.
Right. I mean, arguably that, yes. or Papa Hops, right? Papa Hops now. Then make it known. But without diving into a deep response, like it's for most teams, it's tough to get out there. That's why we want to be out there. We would love to play the Forest Park League. It's hard for the 38s without all the details for us to make all those games. And if we do, like the team is not the same, which is every team out there. So my take is if we're judging it off of league play where most teams don't have their guys, why are we looking at that as like how to tier these teams, right? Like, that's just what I think. I don't know. It's super. I get it though. I get it. I'll play devil's advocate. That's their league. It's the main league, right? In softball, it's the major league. It's Forest Park. There's a lot of other factors, and I think we're taking away a lot of the other factors, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I look at Forest Park. It's their tournament. They can do what they want. They're not affiliated with any association, and quite frankly, it's an invite only. If they didn't want to invite Flash 45s or any of the teams that were at the top, they don't have to, right? I think that that's something that they hold the hat on. But to your point, if you want to kind of make it known, which they've never done in the history of the tournament, how they go about it, I just go by their actions of what I see every year, and that's kind of what I'm relaying to you. When teams feel they got a snip, like – couple of years ago, there was a big thing about us hacks not getting a certain seed because we would have had to play. We end up having to play 45s because they knew that then hacks and 45s, we'd always have close games and it was always a battle, right? Knowing that certain people didn't want to play possibly 45s or hacks or whatever. So like I have seen that issue in the past with people bringing those type of situations up, but this is probably the first time in a while that I think a team that should be in the tournament, which is Joey's team, a team that maybe should have got a bye, and yourself, Julian, and it both kind of didn't work out, right? So I don't know. Maybe there is some criteria that they're using that we don't know about, and maybe that's how they came up with what they came up with.
I think in today's world, with social media and just life, like communication is extremely important, and in a lot of things. This whole thing about our jobs and our daily lives, right? If we love softball so much and we take it so serious, which we all do, why can we not communicate on what the criteria is for the biggest tournament so that teams like all of them know what we need to play in, right? Like if we're all playing to get to no gloves and we want to win that tournament, all the other tournaments are great, but we all want to win no gloves. Tell us what the criteria is so that the teams who don't get in, they know how they can get in. The teams who want to get a bye, like 38s, and what I'm raving about, we know how to get to that point. And then the other factors, like just communicate, like just go out there. It's never been a thing. What? Okay, let's change that. Let's start communicating more.
We 100% would have played Forest Park if that was the deciding factor. We would have played. Yeah,
I mean, you're 100% right, and you have every right to think that. But is Forest Park, I mean, to their point, it's like, then don't play in the tournament. That's what they're going to say, right? But you're right. They should be communicating.
I won't. I don't care.
Right.
Doesn't make me money. It's not my family.
Goes.
But that's my take. I know that's just me.
Imagine if six of the six best teams said, no, we're not playing. We're going to play something else to change it.
Correct. Well,
there's a lot of other tournaments out there. I'll tell you what, when we won Midsummer, which again, like single elimination one day, we were happy. We had a great time after, right? Like you win it doesn't matter where you play. It doesn't matter what tournament it is. We're going to play it like it's the best tournament in the world. That's why we play. That's why we're all competitive.
We got Terry Moran coming up. Seriali at Hamlin's always a great one. Yes. Friends, first responders is a great one. Teams load up. It's like you're playing the same guys, it's just different teams. You get to play with new guys.
Yeah,
it's more fun, just as fun as the other tournaments.
It's more fun. You're 100% right. It's more fun than the same old bullshit that we deal with in these events.
We're having such a bad year. We're bringing some major guys in. We go in as big chillin' every year, usually with our future guys for Terry Moran. I want these guys to play with other players, other major players, like know what it's like to go into a game against another good team saying, hey, we got a real shot to win.
Yeah.
And just watch other people play.
I mean, and Julian, I know you missed the beginning part. Joey was on about the SSA. We talked about the SSA. I wanted to get your opinion, Julian, about, because you're a shortstop. You play in 30-38s. You're one of the better players in the game. I want to get your opinion too on it, because I know I got Joey's opinion, and I think what he was saying is right too. But what do you think about the SSA and kind of what they've been doing for the game to improve the game, and also now with the new news that came out, I think, was it today or yesterday, Donnie?
No home run derby, correct.
No home run derby, and kind of what they're doing in the game right now with all the bullshit that's going around with the illegal roster player that was on your team and how they handle that situation. Why don't you just kind of give some explanation on that a little bit too? Because I think people need to understand like what you guys did, and then they didn't follow through, or vice versa, or whatever it was that took place.
Yeah, and I said this on the last time I was on here, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so again, per the SSA, members of the SSA, they told us what needed to be done to me, and I did that. In short, right? I got the blessing. I did what I had to do.
Right.
Everyone who's on the comments, and I see a few, and who's talking in the background, do what you want. It's not going to bother us, right? We're just doing what we were told we could do, and we did it, period. If you want explanation, come talk to me, period. If you want to be on social media and wreak havoc, go for it. If that makes you feel better. Like I'm seeing, hold on. I got it pulled up here. By cleaner, you get in the league. Russ Delude. I know of Russ. I don't know him personally. Russ, you're a bankroll guy. Bankroll should be in, so we should be on the same team here, buddy.
What does it mean, be cleaner? Is that an inside joke? I don't know what the be cleaner means.
He's saying it's the cheater thing. It's the whole Mikey thing. It's the Mikey thing.
Got it. I'm
right? Like be cleaner. Is Forest Park looking at that too? I thought that was an SSA thing, right? So we can start playing all these games here, right? If it's an SSA thing, a be cleaner, why would they care about the Mikey thing?
Right.
Like you people don't make sense. You guys don't make sense. You really don't. And I don't know who Marianne is. I click on the page. Could be a burner account. You never know with people. Northside guy doesn't want number on jerseys when kids play youth sport. This is not a youth sport. And jerseys numbers are not required. Who cares? For stats? Come on, we're adults here, and it's a rec sport. Who fucking cares?
I think that's a.
Is your Northside team playing Papa House? We're all major, ma'am. So no, we can't. We only get 2 per team. I'll be there. Wally's first you up, game 1. Hold my beer. Matty Dozen again. Bankroll should have been in. It's a shame they have a lot of good guys on that team. I would have loved to see those guys in. That's it. That's all I got.
So, what do you think about? I know you said you were going to get in the home run derby this year because we were running it. Now they canceled it. What's your opinion on the home run derby?
I think it's crazy that they took it away. I thought that was so much fun last year. I didn't participate, but just sitting there watching, I had a blast, truly, especially watching the Resmondo guys like just crank balls out of there. It was awesome. Watching Spencer do his thing and like play at their level was very entertaining and just fun to see as a 16-inch guy, right? We're like, we want to see our guy compete.
Hell yeah.
I think that's a shame that they're not doing it this year. I don't really remember or know why.
They're doing the Summer Series awards instead.
Who cares, right?
They already did that in Melrose, I thought, right?
Who cares?
So the guy, you mentioned about a pretty impressive guys hitting balls. The one guy I tell you that crushed the 12-inch ball was Skittles. He hit off the lights. Remember that, Donnie?
Yeah, Peckus hit the 12-inch ball. He almost signed a 10-day with Resmondo right there.
That was a fun event. We got to play their game a little bit. They come and play our game, right? So graciously. I thought that was a lot of fun, and it sucks that we're not doing that this year. I had a lot of fun watching that.
Well, I guess I'll find out more details. I'm sure my phone will be ringing tomorrow. How big of an asshole I am because what I said. Well, I get it, Jagoff. You're a Jagoff too now. You're almost the captain, but you didn't.
I wish I was.
I wish you were too. But either way, I just think that we have to do something different, and I think that time's going to come, right? I mean, I know that the SSA, they're never going to listen. I mean, it's been fact. I've been trying to do things with them for 5 years. So now it's just to the point where we just got to do it on our own. And
what if – sorry, I just had this thought.
Yeah.
Circus is still a team this year. Let's say what if they plan on not playing the league this year? Do they still get to keep their bye? I know it's based off last year.
Yeah, because they won the tournament. The top 4 teams automatically get a bye. So
did Circus play in Forest Park last year, their league?
They did.
Buy out of the equation because they did.
They did.
I think so, yeah.
They played at Forest Park last year?
They did, yeah. So
they were what team?
Julian.
Well, this year they weren't going to play in a league just
to
keep their bid.
My one.
But Julian, here, if you finish top 4 this year in the Forest Park tournament, you automatically get a bid. You don't have to play leagues or nothing next year.
You don't have to play a single game.
Nope.
That's another bad rule they got to change. Guys flip teams like crazy.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they just revoked the 38's invite after all this dumb shit been going on.
Would be hilarious.
That'd be great.
That'd be
really
great.
Funny. Which team would I have to play for, Jimmy? That'd be the next question, right?
Who knows?
Same team that Joey's
BTA.
on.
Future? Fucking let's go.
We need some help. We really do. It's unfortunate. It's hard to pick guys up that we're not really known in softball personally with the guys. It was hard to pick a lot of guys up.
You know what, Joey? You might get a couple messages after the show's over.
I thought I was going to have a good team this year with Landwehr leaving Dynasty, Stacy leaving Flash. There was rumors of Dynasty folding, so I would grab Mikey Mize and Tommy Walsh. That's just basically our one-hitters team at Rand Park in the fall.
Yeah.
Us, those guys, me, Bobby, Ryan, Rogers. That's our one-hitters team. It's a good team. I thought we were going to get that team this year. We didn't. But so hopefully there's a message out here. We're looking to pick good guys up, not just players, people we like hanging out with. So we love
Julian, another thing I said about the SSA before you came on was I text messaged everybody that was in my phone that I had a number for. I think it was 11 guys on the board about coming on the show to explain their side of things about the roster thing and then kind of what their plans are moving forward. How many of them do you think responded to my text the second time, not the first time? Well, none of them really answered it other than one person, but how many of those guys do you think the second time responded to my text message when I said, come on the show?
I don't know.
How many do you think? Come
on. Let's put it at 2. Wait, want to come on the show? Actually, no, I'm going to go higher. I would say a good amount.
I wish that was the case. The case was 0.
Silly boy.
So the thing is that there was a lot of shit said about me last week at the Nationals from people that have called me, reached out to me, told me the situation, all the shit that was going on. My thing is let's get them on the show to talk about it, right? They didn't want to hear anything about it. So to your point, criteria in softball, getting back to what you were saying, is it something that even the SSA is capable of doing for their Westchester? Because they do invite only for Westchester. They don't control the north-south, but they run the north-south, right? I mean, they were out there all weekend with Danny. They run the midsummer, and midsummer they just take as many teams as possible. And I mean, it is what it is. So tell me your thought on that. Like, do you think that what could the SSA do then, in your opinion, if you're about Forest Park, right?
Yeah, no, I think they're capable of that. They're smart guys over there. They're not dumb. They know how to do things. I don't know if they act on it, but they do it. Again, kind of going back to my answer with the communication, like it's been and I have not played softball as long as most people, but from what I'm hearing is there's been a lack of communication on this criteria has been my big word of like how everything just works and how you get invited to these tournaments. And there's a lot of teams out there. There's a lot of teams who would love to play in these tournaments. And there's some good teams that people don't know about. So I think it's just communicating and just, I don't know, like everyone loves posting now. We're all on social media. Put it out there. Someone put it out there. Come up with criteria. If you need help, you can ask Jimmy. I'm sure he'll help. I'm sure Donnie will help. There's plenty of people out there who can give good advice. Again, it's SSA is softball players for the players, right? Something like that. Like we're all here. We're all a community. We're all a family. We really are. Yeah. That's my fiance calling me.
Intro.
Oh gosh, she wants to hear me ranting about softball. She would give me the ring back right now.
Yes.
Don't answer it.
No, not yet. She'll see this later. I just think communicating. Like let's just tell us what you guys want, right? Like there's a lot of people who have control in this game, which is another conversation, but whatever it is, what it is, at least just communicates all the teams on like what you guys want so that teams can like start planning for that well ahead of time. And not midsummer, no pun intended, like trying to figure it out. And then when they don't get invited to whatever tournament, everyone's complaining. And they're in their right to do that because they don't know. They don't know what to do. And they don't know how to like play and what tournaments to play in, what leagues to play in. Like just tell us. And people will do it. People want to play. People want to play.
Joey, I'm going to throw a question at you. And then Julian, you can answer it after Joey. What would make softball fun again? Because in my opinion, over the last year and a half, 2 years, I told you to share with you earlier on the show, Rismondo was probably the last time I really got excited to play softball that weekend. Like you had that, I don't know, that kind of funness. It's going something new, something different. What would make softball fun again, Joey, to you in regards to what maybe the SSA can do, what we can do as players, commitment, whatever it is that comes to your head?
It's going to have to do with Papa Hops, and I hate bringing this up, but so your tournament, you had Kennedy Park All-Stars in there. I'm sure everyone wanted to beat them, considering of all the talk between, who's better, Papa Hops guys. They only don't, they don't play major, so because of Papa Hops. So like They think they're better. We think they're better. So everyone wanted a piece of Kennedy Park All-Stars, and they won the whole thing. Shout out to them. They proved it. I got a good fix. I was talking with Neil Hogland, who runs Jam at that Papa Hops, and I played with them with Donnie, I believe, a couple years ago.
Hell yeah.
No major limit. Yeah. No effect. Let them play Forest Park. Get a team. Let them play Forest Park with no effect on their Papa Hops eligibility. No major limit on Papa Hops. If you want to play Papa Hops as a major player, you have to make 75% of their league.
Who's calling you?
Oh, it was Timmy Kornikowski.
Oh,
have major players. You got to make 75% of the league play at Kennedy when they play. So whatever team you're playing with, Gamblers won it last year. If Tom O'Malley wanted me to play and I was eligible, I'd have to go make 75% of games. I'd have to make that happen for there not to be a penalty. Let those guys play too, because there's great softball down there.
Love it. The comments are great, man. This has been a great show for comments, man. I'm reading the hell out of these things.
I'm not seeing any of them.
It's entertaining. Joe, you'll go back and see them. Russ DeLute is blowing up the comments. Oh. Timmy Corn.
Yeah, he just called me. He probably wants to say something on the show. I was trying to call him back.
Should I answer?
Put him on speaker. Put him on speaker.
Right. Timmy, be careful. We're live. Hello? Didn't say anything.
He said, "Oh, we're live. Let me hang up."
That had to have been a mistake. That's right.
Yeah, he Timmy's classic. He's gonna say something funny.
It's hilarious. He was gonna say something violent right there. I'm kind of happy that it might have cut out. Yeah, Julian, I know you just were on the show a couple weeks ago. Kind of answered the question about making softball fun again. What's the message now going into No Glove after all this? Like, you guys got to be fired up to just go play some damn softball.
Oh, for sure. The boys are fired up big time. More than me. Yeah. Well, maybe not more than me, but, just as much. Again, I know I've said it multiple times. I think, again, like on a serious note, let's just communicate more. I think that's a fair thing to ask of everybody, and not even the buy thing. I'm like dragging on the buy thing because I'm being dramatic. But I think, again, like for guys like Joey and Future specifically, tell them what they need to do. These teams who are not the established major teams.
Agreed.
Trying to get into
very much agree.
The biggest tournament.
We had this conversation. We talked as a team. This Melrose worked out better. Teams still get invited if they don't play Forest Park. If they said, hey, you will not get invited, we would have played Forest Park.
Yeah, I hear you. It's great. I love the communication. Joey, Julian, appreciate you guys a lot, man. We'll see you, Joey, out there early on Tuesday. I hope you guys come out with a fire.
One last thing. What questions you have for us? Because I'm ready to blow a gasket on the bullshit I've heard over the last 3 days. As many of you know, I've kind of held it back a little bit tonight, but I said my piece. What questions you guys want to ask me or Donnie or I about tonight?
I have two questions. Sorry, go ahead, Joey. Go ahead.
I was going to make a comment I haven't made about the SSA. I've never had a problem with them, but I stumbled upon a game from the 90s at Forest Park League game. It was incredible. They had announcers in the booth, sponsors, people at the park, guys' names on the thing when they came out to bat, different angles, better cameras. How is the SSA the only organization to go backwards in technology in the history of the world so far? I'm watching on a little iPhone from third base with just the worst commentary. Their show is terrible. There's no flow to it. How do we go backwards? If I shared a game where I had my stats and my name out there and there's people there, I'd have guys from college and high school calling me, hey, I want to get on that team. Something to share on social media.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point, right? I actually looked out, and Donnie and I looked out a couple last year for production. So the biggest thing is production, like the production of making the actual game itself. It's like $50,000 to $60,000 to do something like that, right? So when they had it back in the day, Rich Melman, Mike North, a lot of those guys. I think Melman with Let Us Entertain You is the one who kind of sponsored and did a lot of that. Mm-hmm. We've tried to get him on our show to hear like kind of how he did it, right? He was going to come on at one point and then kind of backed off. But yes, I mean, we tried, like, I would love to do something even on like Me TV, but it takes a lot of manpower. It takes a lot of money to do it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I think
you need a big money guy.
Well, I think we can almost adapt what Tribal Ball's doing right now, or maybe what, you know, like every game is live streamed for every kid across the country now. Mm-hmm. Game Changer takes the game, puts it in highlights that we could share on our page, can share on a lot of things. To your point, right? Mm-hmm. We have a software that does it for you. But when you talk about the SSA, they don't allow people to stream games, as we all know. I've gotten screamed at for like literally streaming off the field. So, and I know that some of those guys were really upset about that situation when it took place. But still, it just, you know, like, to my point, the ego-ness and the self-centeredness that these guys have, where you can't even live stream, it's like, come on, man, really?
Yeah.
When you go to a 12-inch tournament, everyone's fucking live streaming. Mm-hmm. And there's a reason why they have, you know, 500 teams that play at all different levels. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that was really my only thing. How do you go backwards in technology?
Yeah,
people in history.
Yeah, no, and I think from a cost perspective, we did that at the Uncle Jimmy tournament, at Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie tournament. We did that. We literally had the games on Game Changer, and we were streaming on our page. Like, why would you not do it?
Those cameras, where did they go? Bring them back, because it's better. I appreciate the live streams. I do watch them a lot.
Yeah,
especially the bigger games. Papa Hops I was watching in my living room. But it's got to be better.
Yeah. No doubt. Donnie, or Julian, go ahead.
Yeah, Joey, great point.
Yeah, those were good points, Joey. I was going to ask Donnie a first question. It's going to be, how did it feel to strike out Julian at North-South?
Shocking, first of all, and then heartbreaking for the next 40 minutes of that game after it. So the first 6 minutes were awesome. And then the next 40 were just miserable. But yes, that was a highlight. I was like, holy shit, he hit that ball foul.
Doing that for that whole week, going back to Marshalltown.
Yes, that was one of the highlights of my night.
Because I'm such a nerd, it made me happy too. I was like, Donnie just struck me out. And for some reason,
I got to know who this Marianne is, because she is making me laugh.
Not a real person. I look, trust me, it's a burner. I don't know who it is. Come say your name,
it's a
please.
Great burner, honestly.
Burner accounts.
Joey's getting
my own burner
account. She said, dude, you weren't even bored when those streams were going on, Joe. You don't know what you're talking about. As if you can't go back and watch them when you're alive now. What does that have to do with anything?
It's on YouTube.
You could watch. I can watch anything.
I really don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
There's one thing older people hate about young people is that they know how to use technology. Fuck you, Joey, for knowing how to go back into time and look at old videos.
This guy's a villain. This is the biggest villain in softball.
The nicest.
Julian, what's your last question?
My last one's for Jimmy. It's a serious question. It's kind of back to the home run derby thing. I want to know, like, how do I even ask this? We want the home run derby. It was a great time. Like, what's your take on it? And kind of like, Rosmondo's coming in again. They're a fun time. They're fun to watch. They're freaks. What's like your workaround for that? I guess is the question. What's your take on it? What's your workaround?
So, I gave my opinion a little earlier. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they're canceling the home run derby. I thought that was probably one of the main fun things of last year's tournament. I do believe they're canceling it because of me. I truly believe that. I know they're going to not admit that. They're going to tap dance around it. But if you look at their actions over the last 2 years of everything that they've done technically against me and Donnie, it makes sense, right? and they could say, "Oh, you're full of shit." But if you want to go back in time, like 2 years ago, I wanted to sponsor the Home Run Derby. Told them 3 months in advance. They waited to the last week to tell me that I wasn't doing it. Told me they had a sponsor, and then decided to call Bob, one of my competitors out in Shorewood, asking for money after they told me no. After I was going to give them $500. Bob calls me and is like, "Who's this guy Gio asking me to give money to sponsor?" He's like, "I don't sponsor Inwood teams." Okay. Bob, the guy he called from Heroes West, also owns Saddle Up, also owns Q-Bar. Like, I know him very well. Okay. So, like, when they want to lie to me and say that shit, like, that's why I don't believe them. Okay. And I've never said that before live, and I just did. It is what it is. But like, now you understand that goes back to frustration out of my thing. I had just opened a bar 3 weeks in time. You got softball players working for me in a softball community, to your point, and this asshole wants to take business away from us by telling people to go to another bar. Yeah. And they post it on the SSA page. Okay. So that's the first thing that pissed me off. And then obviously there was other little things with Donnie over the course of time. He wouldn't shake Donnie's hand at the Thanksgiving tournament, which was bullshit. Then when you go back and look at what took place about our show and the comments he made about us and what he says, and they only got 1,000 followers, and just kind of calling us the Uncle Bubba show or whatever the fuck he was saying.
He did call us that. Which is actually hilarious.
But what I'm getting at, Julian, is all those little nicks and all the things he does is always to put himself front and center. Why did he get rid of the Home Run Derby? You know why he got rid of the Home Run Derby, because everyone liked it last year. He wasn't front and center. He ran the fucking live stream, which I thought was great, and we did a good job with it. But he wasn't front and center. Now he's front and center because what's he doing? He's doing the Geo Team Awards, okay? Canceling the Home Run Derby. Like, but why is he canceling the Home Run Derby? He's going to they'll make up some bullshit, which we all know is bullshit. They're doing it because they don't want to be a part. They don't want to run it with us. They were pissed off. I ran the event last week. You know when I announced that event that I ran last week? Fucking last September. After I called Ray from Napleton, Ray and Scotty, they'll admit to you, called them and said, "Hey, why don't we move the A National to the first week of June next year, because there's nothing going on. And this way, your tournament, whoever wins, can get a bid to Forest Park, because that's when Los Lobos won it and they didn't get a bid. The reason why they didn't get a bid, invites were already out. That was my whole point. Make softball better, right? Move the A National to the first week of June. The team that wins the A National, well, more likely they're going to get a bid into the Forest Park. Okay, it happened this year. Obviously, it worked out that 10 deep, they were probably getting in anyways, but they won the A National, so be it. That's why the tournament for our tournament was put on that weekend this year. And then Ray called me 2 weeks later and said that Schaumburg could not move the weekend because the fields weren't going to be ready in time, which was the all-turf fields that they just played on. So, like, there's a lot more story behind what you hear, okay? Then when he goes ahead and does the shit he does, in my opinion, it's pretty obvious, right? It's pretty fucking obvious. They're telling people they wanted to move major nationals to Carroll Street. Okay. For years before that, they were telling us how awesome it was in Joliet. Huh. Why do we move it to Carroll Stream? Well, the field was really booked. It really was, Jim. Well, no, I mean, is it because my bar's four minutes away? You know what I mean? Like, does people think about that? So when you look at all the history of things that go on, I just think it's, it's bullshit when it comes down to it's about Gio. It's really what it's about. And those SSA guys, for some reason, they stick up for him. Why? Because they don't want to do the bullshit he does inside the SSA. That's the only way I can think of. Because what he does for softball and the stubbornness of what he did with the Hall of Fame and all the bullshit that went on, you can't tell me he's trying to do what's best for the game of softball. He's out there to live stream games and people appreciate the hard work. We've said that a million times on our show. We always do. But you can't tell me his actions, when you look at certain things in the game, make a difference. They just don't. You know what I mean? They just don't. It just doesn't add up. And over time, I think people are going to get smarter and smarter and figure this shit out. And I mean, when I'm getting calls, Donnie was. I mean, I think if you know Donnie, people say he's an asshole now, but he was one of the nicest kids, a year ago. He's still a nice kid, but when Donnie notices that shit and texts me about it,
I got a salmon
before I even get my paws on it, like,
how'd I catch a stray there?
You know what I mean? Like, I think it's pretty obvious now. Why are they doing things? They're doing things. I was getting motherfucked at the A National tournament. Well, it's like, well, wait a minute. I'm running my event. It's a major tournament. You're running an A National. They're telling umpires, trying to sabotage umpires because they didn't want them to work my event. Came from the head of the umpiring crew that called me. So, like, why are these people saying the things they're saying if they're not saying what supposedly that, these people just make all this up? It doesn't happen, Julian. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen. So it just, and that's what sucks. And I think, honestly, I truly believe, and I know they're not going to admit this, but I truly believe Gio has something against me. We all know that. But the SSA allows him to get away with murder. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to continue to happen until we don't allow it anymore. And every year it's always something new with him. This year it's the home run derby. We're canceling everything. They're moving nationals. They're doing this. They're doing that. What happened to when they started that we were going to go to Iowa every 3 or 4 years? Well, we won't get the teams to go to Iowa. Bullshit. I'll tell you right now, if you told teams in major softball that we're going to Marshalltown next year, I think you get 15 teams to go. I do. I'm sorry, because people want something different. People want something different. Think about how much fun did you have when you went to Marshalltown with us? And that, honestly, the weekend you went was kind of a slow weekend from what it normally is. Okay, usually that bar is packed and mobbed, and we have a great time. We still had a great time, but there's usually a lot more people around us in the softball community that show up. I just think we got kind of screwed. You know what I mean?
Joey would have to do a play-in to get to Marshalltown.
Marshalltown was great. It was a great tournament, and there's a lot of good teams. And just meet more of those Iowa guys. I mean, I met a lot of them for the first time, and I really enjoyed being around them, truly. And I can guarantee you there would be a ton of teams who will go out there. A ton.
I think so. But that's, to your question, I think that's where it kind of goes back to 2 years all the way up to now, and I think it just kind of builds, right? The frustration builds, and it becomes more obvious that it's not by – we're just going to do it this way. No, there's some reason behind it. And I think I'm, part of that reason, unfortunately.
Well, fellas, this was a journey. This was excellent. Joey, I love you and your passion for future. I hope you run it in the play-in games. I will be there, and I will be hoping that you guys do really well, man.
Yeah. He'll be recruiting.
You're a villain. You're a villain now, and it's cool. Jimmy, thanks for everything. This has been
thanks for having us, guys, man. I appreciate you guys. My last thing, and I'm signing off.
Donnie, are you going to be live streaming games at Forest Park on our page again, or no?
Absolutely.
I was going to say, good luck to all the teams, man. I really hope everyone has fun. Stay healthy, truly. Be nice to everyone, man. Show more love in this world, please. I'm not a villain. Yeah. Outside of softball, I promise. But I guess I'm the villain now. But it is what it is.
What was that comment? Would Mudville go to Marshalltown? Team Mudville.
There you go.
I'm out of here. Thanks for having me, guys. Joey.
Bye, Julian. Joey, thanks, man. I appreciate you a lot.
I'll see you guys.
See you guys. Well,
what a night, Jim.
It's hard to answer those questions when you don't know the history, right? You got to know the history. So I know it's like you go off on a rant, but it's hard to understand my frustration after watching all the bullshit that went on. You know what I mean?
Manny said the people putting in the new turf there are using that weekend. That's why there was a change of venue, assuming some things were canceled. Only 4 diamonds there at the new venue. The people putting in the new turf. Oh, so they're putting in new turf at the fields there?
Where?
In Joliet? Is that true? I don't go out there.
Not that I've been told, no. And it don't matter anyways. We only use 4 fields.
Right.
They had 7. We only used 4 to begin with.
Correct.
No, I had heard that somebody. What I was told from, I guess, the SSA was that somebody was running something there. But then the kid that works for me and Richie talked to him, and his dad works for the park and runs the park, had said there was nothing booked that weekend. But I mean, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
So, but
well, Jim, that's it for me, man. This was great. I mean, the engagement was unbelievable for this show. The comments were banging.
You got to understand, though, like I think the frustration of my situation is like we wanted them to come on the show to have a respectful conversation, right? I asked multiple times. So when you get disrespected, like one other thing I forgot is how I was disrespected at the SSA meeting. I was told that by 3 or 4 other members when I was there after the meeting, right? That's another thing I failed them at. So it's not like we haven't tried, Donnie. The only other way, you only could take so much until you explode. You know what I mean? And now we're at the point, just we're over the edge and we're just going to do our own thing. That's just it. And whether they like it or not, I really don't care. You know, I don't dislike Patty or dislike Tyler as individuals. I don't, you know, I mean, I've known those guys a long time, but for them to allow what, you know, they claim everything is voted on and this, that, and another, but it always seems to go Gio's way, don't it?
Yeah.
Every single time. So, and when you're bringing it up to me, Donnie,
we got problems.
We got problems.
We got issues.
We got big issues. So,
oh man.
Well, I appreciate everyone watching tonight. I know we've been on for a while, but we knew that going in tonight it was going to be a crazy. I love Julian's opinions about his team though.
Both guys. I will say both guys
and Joey
fired up for the right reasons too. Both guys think they were what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of snubbed, right? But they were vocal about it and they held their ground and said what they wanted to say.
Right.
And I appreciate that because that means they're passionate about 16-inch softball, which is really what I love to see. That's what it is. I mean, we got guys talking about B Nationals in the chat. Like, we all know, you know, B Nationals, whatever team Vinny Belcaster's on is going to win B Nationals. That's just truth, right? I don't even know what is it. Bullies, Vinny? You're on the Bullies? Well, take them all the money you got, or it's going to be my guys over at Hot Wheels. B Nationals, book it, championship game.
Yeah.
What a show.
I don't know. I have to look at the bracket for B Nationals. And I know we're going to have 10 deep on this week. We're going to have the Papa Hop. So maybe I'll just throw a 5-minute segment on for B Nationals or 10-minute. We'll run through the bracket really quick before we get into Papa Hops. And problem is we got to figure out when we're going to do it, Donnie.
Yeah.
You know, it's either tomorrow night, which I think is too close to today, and then but the problem is they start Thursday night. They got 20 teams. They start Thursday night. So I believe they end Sunday again. He went back to the ending Sunday format, right?
Really?
I think so. So I think they end Sunday at like 4:00 or something, or 3:00 is the championship game. So, but either way, I think all is good, right? Tonight, it's all about one thing: making the game better. You know, you and I both believe that. So just because we have to call certain people out, and you know what, when you invite people on your show to have a debate multiple times,
not even a debate, just a discussion.
Well, right. A discussion about their opinion, and you don't even get a response. It's a little kind of, they could have just said we're out, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. To me, it just seems like that's the arrogance of what the SSA is about and what they've turned into. And it's sad to see. So, but that's my opinion. And I know they hate me, but I really don't give a shit. So, all right.
I hear you.
All right, bud. Well, you have fun, man. I got work in the morning. I've got big things to do tomorrow. And I'll get Richie posted on social media tomorrow.
Yes, so that's what I'm excited for. Mr. Battistoni will be back in live tomorrow, and I can't wait for it because it's going to be very entertaining.
Yeah.
But everybody, thank you for watching tonight. The comments were great. Thank you for the interaction. Thank you to Chris Rieger for watching and commenting that he would rather be on a boat than go to Major Nationals in Joliet. Well, thank you guys for jumping on.
I was on a boat all weekend. He's not wrong, Donnie.
It's a great time.
It's incredible. Yeah, good times for sure. But appreciate all the sponsors. Thank you to the Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, Cut Shot, and of course Surfside right above Donnie's left shoulder. So thank you guys all, and we will see you very soon. Thank you so much.